I've collected dozens of one-star reviews from one of the most popular RV resorts in Florida. While we stay here at the RV resort with our family, I'm gonna test each of these one-star RV reviews and find out if they're busted or if they're valid. Now, the RV resort we're staying at is called Thousand Trails Orlando, and it is massive. It has more than 1,000 campsites. It has a rec hall, it has pickleball, 2 swimming pools, hot tub, putt-putt, a lake, and it's about 30 minutes from Disney. Tons of people absolutely love this campground. However, that's not the case for everyone. Wonder 28086723387. Hopefully that's not the phone number. Trick people. The worst experience I've had in my life. The address was wrong. I did not know where to go, and I definitely don't recommend it to anyone. No one deserves this suffering. Please remove me from your account. I don't know what that means, but he wants to be not happy. 1 star. Paul came to Thousand Trails. He says, I was having an issue with my motorhome and I needed to borrow a certain size socket to fix it. I called the office and a very rude man said, our maintenance staff is busy. They don't have time to bring it to you. So I had to run to Lowe's and buy one. 1 star. And then Carrie C left a little bit of a review. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. Carrie C is not happy. 1 star. Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. RV parks are confusing and no park is perfect. And honestly, Thousand Trails, there are like almost 1,500 reviews on Google. And for the most part, honestly, if you have over a 4 on any RV park and you have that many reviews, they're doing some stuff right. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna dig into some more of these 1-star reviews. Starting with what could be the most controversial, and that's the check-in. Yes, the dreaded check-in. MB Horn 1975. Unless you're not a Thousand Trails member, do not stay here. There's actually a lot of negatives in there. I'm not actually sure. If you're not Thousand Trails, don't stay. Anyways, I'm thinking what he means to say is like if you're a Thousand Trails member, you're good to go. It says the check-in process is absurd. It is based on first come, first serve, and you cannot get there before 12. You'll actually line up on the major road and then be directed down the street to the check-in gate. And then Anita says, know the system before you go. Think you have a reservation, think again. You must arrive at noon, and then is the free-for-all, first come, first serve. Crazy. Well, Anita, we checked in a few days ago, and although I wouldn't say things are perfect, we arrived. Again, right at around 12 is when we arrived because you can't arrive before 12. And it took like an hour for them to filter us from the road to like a waiting area to our site. But it did work out. And there were like, I don't know, 80 something people checking in that day. And because it's first come, first serve, everybody clouds in at one time. So I think on this first one, it is kind of valid because it can be a mess at the check-in here. But at the same time, it's not as dramatic or as terrible as you may think it is, as long as you know, don't come before 12, and it's gonna take you an hour probably to check in. It's not fast at all. Oh, and the third thing, which we'll segue into, like, don't have super high expectations on the sites. Georgia M says, the fifth wheel behind us looked haunted with tags that expired 7 years ago. 1 star. And then DDADX4, or this might be DDAD by 4, it says, like the smell of sewage, stay here. 1 star. Freedom 48390154362, who could be friends with Wanderer 28, I don't know all those numbers, they might be buddies, I don't know. So Freedom, with the numbers, says horrible campsites. We'll never stay here again. Kids and adults tripped at sites on the foundations because of the cracked and raised site pads. We stayed on site 219. 1 star. There's definitely some research that needs to be done on these campsites. Are they as bad as these reviews make them out to be? So this is the brochure they gave us when we checked in. We're like right over here in this area over here is 114. The questionable site is 219. So I'm gonna walk from 114 right here. I'm gonna walk around and make my way over to 219. And we're gonna see if this site is as treacherous as they said it was. That's pretty cool. All right, here's 219. I don't know that I see I'm not gonna say it's like the smoothest, most eloquently paved, I can't even say that. I'm not gonna say it's like the smoothest, nicest paved side I've seen in my life, but I'm definitely not gonna say it's like treacherous and there's no way you're like tripping and falling on it all the time and things like that. It doesn't seem or look any worse than any of the other sites or where my site currently is at. This is site number 99. So I could see how, I guess if you weren't watching, you could, I don't know, it could happen. I don't know, it just doesn't look too treacherous to me. Sewer smell. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is a little different, huh? but there's no sewer smell. Okay, there is a slight smell since I just did that, but no sewer smells I walk around. So this is Stuart and Lindsay's site. These are our friends. I guess you could trip on this. Would I ever trip on this? Probably not. Maybe a lot of this is just relative, I don't know. All right, so I ran into some RVers in the wild. We got Ben and Michelle here. Have any of you ever hurt yourselves walking around at your site?
I will tell you, I have definitely hurt myself, but because my kids leave their bikes out. That is the problem, but not because of the site.
I would not say I've gotten hurt.
Okay.
You just watch where you're
But not to the point where you like left your site early, furious or anything like that.
No,
okay.
no.
Have you ever smelled sewage?
I feel like that's every RV park though. Like somebody's gonna be dumping at any time of the day.
Let me apologize to them. I didn't know you were beside me. I generally try not to pull that lever until the evening, so my apologies.
We have heard through the reviews I've been checking out that there is a fifth wheel that looks abandoned for 7+ years that looks haunted. Have you seen that fifth wheel?
No,
is it around or you haven't seen it?
If you find it, let me know, but I have not seen it.
It's probably a ghost. That's why we don't see it.
We have definitely had sites here that were maybe not the greatest. Our last site, last time we were here, we showed up late in the day, and that's why that 12 o'clock showing up, getting first pick of the sites is so important, because we were in this cul-de-sac of RVs. I grabbed a video because it was literally like RVs all surrounding us, and we're like in this little nook of all the views was the back end of RVs. But then sometimes you get sites like this where this is beautiful. We have a huge backyard. The kids have been running and playing and creating and just having the best time. It's so private and beautiful. You can see, we call this our waterfront because there's just water back there behind the trees, but sometimes you get really amazing sights. I think that's kind of debunked with this site.
So now when it comes to kids, Mike T says, I do not recommend this park if you have kids under 18. They do not allow them in the rec center, and they will even make your kids walk in the rain back to your camper if they see them. Your children would not be able to enjoy the amenities and will be stuck in the RV the entire duration of the visit. 1 star. The Brookins say the roads are kept dangerous so that staff can pass dystopian policies, keeping our children on house arrest. 1 star. So I'm gonna find out, is it really true that your children cannot leave the RV and that they're under house arrest? I don't know. Let's find out. We've been here for 4 nights, and these kids are outside playing every day, all day. Not just here. We're taking them, and we'll show you later, up to the pool. We're taking them to the courts. We're taking them on walks. We're taking them all around the resort. My guess on the issue with kids and campgrounds, it's really not about kids. It's about unsupervised kids. Because you get a pack of kids, and over time they're like a pack of wolves eventually over time, especially if they're unsupervised. So it gravitates toward that. But supervised kids, fantastic. And this is a great environment for our kids. But just to make sure, because I want to make sure this is actually busted and it's not just our kids. I'm gonna get in the truck, I'm gonna drive around, and we're gonna see if we see any kids out in the wild who might not be on house arrest inside their RV here at the resort. That's a bunch of kids right there. This is B Field on my right. It's like the hub for kids in this area. There's so many kids around here. I don't know, 30, 40 kids in this area? There's more kids. Those look like kids in the wild. There's another one that got loose. Kids. There's kids everywhere. They got like a lemonade stand or something. Yeah, I'm not totally sure why they would invest in a playground at this RV park if kids aren't supposed to be outside their RV. What are you selling?
Keychains, hot holders, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
How much?
And crafts.
And crafts?
Yeah. Oh, and I got more.
There's kids everywhere. Like, those kids were definitely not under house arrest inside the RV. So Matthew Cybohark McDade. I don't know what that, maybe you can leave in the comments, Cybohark. I'm not sure if that's like a robotic bird. I don't know. I'm not sure, but sounds very legit. He says there are no signs for where to take garbage or exit. 1 star. We'll see if there are signs for that or not, or if we see any signs telling us which way to go to get out of here. I can say I'm looking on the map. I don't have a clue where the trash is at based on this map. But if I look over here at the key, okay, there's a trash dumpster icon right here. So there. For over 1,000 campsites, the only trash icon I see on this map is right here. So 1-way, do not enter. Assuming I'm on a 2-way. I know the general direction of where I'm trying to go based on the map I looked at for the trash cans. So far it's looking kind of valid because there's no signs telling you which way, and this very much, the road I'm on right now, very much looks like a 1-way road. I mean, I can kind of tell which way I need to go because I can tell the way the RVs are parked. You don't know which way the RVs are parked and which way everything's angled for when they're backing into the sites. Yeah, there was no sign. That was definitely a 1-way road that was not labeled 1-way. This also does not say anything. Looking at the way the RVs are angled, they're angled both ways, has to be a 2-way road. And it is a little bit wider, so I'm guessing this is a 2-way road. Ah, there are arrows on the ground right there. I see the dumpsters, but I can't say I have not seen a single sign telling me where the dumpsters are at, nor have I seen too much telling me which way the roads are going. So it looks like there's like 3 massive dumpsters here, and then a recycling bin over here too. So even though this is the only place for trash to come to, apparently, I don't think there's gonna be any issue of like having to wait in line to take your trash or anything like that. This is a absolutely massive trash area. The 1-star review was about whether or not there was enough room for the trash here. I would say busted. However, the 1-star review had to do whether or not there was clear communication on where the trash was located and signs showing what roads to go down. I would say, yeah, I would say that is valid. Dan K says, it used to be a 2 or 3 star campground and we dealt with it because it was free with our membership, but paying $5 per package to pick up our mail is the last straw for us. We will not be returning to Orlando RV Resort. 1 star. Well, Dan, I shipped 2 packages here and that's gonna cost me a lot of money if this is true.
I need you to print sign me.
Okay. All right. It's only $5 because it came in 1 package. So what was so important that I took the risk of paying $10 extra to have it shipped to this resort? Coffee. We're running out of coffee. As far as the getting gouged $5 per package here at Thousand Trails, yeah, that one is 100%. valid. So Ashley C says there is 0, and I mean 0, cell service, Wi-Fi, or cable. They say there is, but there isn't. T-Mobile will work occasionally, but that's the only one. If you have your own satellite, good luck. 1 star. So we're gonna test this one out. I can already tell you that I have a satellite. We have Starlink here at our site, and it's actually worked really well. We're getting about speed test on our Starlink. This is our download speed. And there's the upload. I think the upload's still going. But we got around 107 megs down and almost 12 megs up. So yeah, we're not gonna move our Starlink all over the campground. So the plan is, because I'm gonna fully test this theory, I have an AT&T device that's gonna show me the signal on AT&T, but this is a hot spot. I have taken Lindsay's phone from Living Small, Dreaming Big. she has a, man, it's a lot of icons. Anyway, she has T-Mobile, so I'm gonna check T-Mobile signal from hers, and I personally have Verizon. We're gonna test all 3 networks, major networks, here in the park. So at our site, 4 bars of 5G on Verizon, 3 bars of LTE for T-Mobile, and 2 bars on the AT&T. All right, let's do this. I'll put on map where we currently are. This is a big RV park. So I'm gonna be going to 4 different sections of this park. So we're gonna call this the, I don't know what this is actually called, the swamp. And then I'm gonna go over here to what I would call B field, which is usually the busiest kid area. Then we're gonna go to the new section, which is across the road. Then we're gonna go to D section, which is basically the old Thousand Trails campground. Okay, new spot. Verizon, still got 3 bars of LTE on my phone. T-Mobile, 2 bars LTE on T-Mobile. AT&T, still 2 bars of cell signal on AT&T. So when people say there's no cell signal, there is usually cell signal. You can make phone calls, you can make text, but if you want to stream video, you have to have meetings. The problem is there's cell signal, but there's cell tower congestion. There's too many people on one tower and you don't get internet. So it's two totally different discussions between cell signal. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's cell tower congestion. Third spot, which I've heard is the sketchiest area for cell signal, is in D section in the back. Looks like we're in the middle of nowhere back here. Okay, so T-Mobile dropped. It's 1 bar. Verizon, we got 2 bars. AT&T, oh, AT&T's down to 1 bar. So I would say if you're in this back section back here, the cell signal's worse. And if you say it high pitch like that, it really drives it home. All right, we're in the new section. Seems ritzy. I'm afraid to park anywhere. I don't think they let you on the grass back here is what I heard. So Verizon LTE, 4 bars. T-Mobile, 3 bars LTE, and AT&T, 2 bars. Plenty of signal over here. It feels like the only place that you could say has an issue with cell signal, and they still have it, it's just a little bit weaker, is the D section in the back. But they've still got it. So I'd say without a doubt, saying that there's 0 cell signal for any service, that's busted. So our next 1-star review is gonna require a little bit of help from yours truly, because it looks, you'll find out why here in just a second. A lot of the 1-star reviews come around this theme of the hot tub. Some people have said that the hot tub here on the 1-star reviews, they say it's only open 10% of the time. I've seen reviews that say it's never open. Karen K says, I booked because they have a hot tub. As an adult with no kids, this is my priority.
I get that.
But then she goes on to say, there are toddlers in the hot tub, which I don't know if the hot tub is broken while they're toddlers in the hot tub. But they're toddlers in the hot tub when they're supposed to be 14 years old. I am so disappointed in this park. 1 star. So, Marissa, your mission if you choose to accept it, because it's way creepier if I do it. Marissa is gonna go up to the hot tub and take one for the team, to the hot tub and the pool, and she is gonna find out, is the hot tub actually ever open at this park? Because based on the reviews, it sounds like it's not. You're gonna check the hot tub, and worse yet, if that hot tub is open and there are toddlers in that hot tub,
Hopefully it's not my toddler.
the people need to know, Marissa.
The people need to know. Made it to the pool. This is a busy day. This is the first time we've seen sun in like a month, so. Look at all these people.
I know. We're gonna try to find a chair.
So the hot tub is definitely working. It is full. I do see some children. Yeah, for all the people that want to know, how do you find community on the road? We always recommend, honestly, this. We're like, go to Florida in the winter, get in Thousand Trails, and like, you will find so many people. My kids have friends here, so it's like, no matter the age, and then we get to have friend time. You hear the negative comments and you're like, why do people do that? And it's because of this. Can you go and just walk by the hot tub and see if there are any little kids in the hot tub for me? I'm gonna send Hensley. She's got her disguise on, her hat and sunglasses. She's gonna go scope it out.
Love it. That's so sweet.
Incognito. Here she goes. Were there little kids in the hot tub?
Yes. There were 2 little kids and a couple older kids.
Like toddlers? Like little kids?
They were like JJ and Maverick's age.
So like 4?
I saw like a few 7-year-olds and like.
Are 7-year-olds little kids now?
Yes.
Well, I can see right now that the hot tub is right over here in this corner, and there's definitely at least some like under 6-year-olds over there. So, well, that one sounds valid. So, what does the sign say, Lindsay?
The sign says children 12 and under must be accompanied by an adult, and it's full of kids right now.
Okay. So toddlers could be in there as long as they're with an adult. You heard it here first. This is very complicated. For us personally, the ups and the downs and the 1 stars and the 5 stars, we love this campground. And now, I'm gonna be honest, and that's what this video is about. You do need to know the ins and the outs of Thousand Trails and the campground itself and the quirks. But it's like that for a lot of campgrounds.
Having a Thousand Trails rep to walk you through it, because it can be very overwhelming, is the way to go. It's amazing. So Warren and Sharon Lewis, we highly recommend them. They've helped us so much in our Thousand Trails journey, and we will put their information below if you are looking for someone to help you.
Thank you for going on this journey with us this week. If you enjoyed this content, YouTube has suggested another video for you in the corner. Definitely check that out. Well, that's the journey for this week. Until next week, we'll catch you guys later.